Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to A.O.S Abroad. Thank you very, very much for joining today's episode. Really do appreciate you for joining today's live session. And I'm so happy, I'm so glad to actually be having this conversation today. Now, this is another conversation centered on the question, the big question many people always ask. This question is related to immigration to Canada. It's related to those who want to migrate to Canada, or perhaps even just want to come do something in Canada. Maybe, for instance, you want to come study in Canada, you want to come work in Canada, you want to come visit Canada, you want to um, stay here permanently in Canada. Any which one, any which way, I think you are you are welcome once again to this live session. So if you are one of those who would always ask the question, because I do receive tons of questions, sometimes on a weekly basis, where people would be asking questions related to how long does it take to actually get my visa? Some people would ask, how long do I need to wait to get my study permit? Some people will say, how long does it take for me to get my work permit? Some people visit visa and things like that. So today I want to really dive deep into this topic. And in diving deep, I want to make use of the Canadian immigration website and also from my own experience talk about why this question, how long will it take for me to get my Canadian visa, or not even only Canadian visa, but any kind of visa. Sometimes when you ask this question, depending on even how you ask, it can either show you as someone that is unserious, or it can show you are someone that doesn't really understand the process yet. Yes, you don't really understand it. Because if you really do understand the process, then many of these questions you would have response to it already. All right, thank you very much, Etienne 777 for liking on TikTok. Now, that being said, let's dive deep into this question because there are some people that genuinely they just want to know, and whether they know or not, they are comfortable with the response. Yes, there are some people like that. Whether you tell them what you feel would be okay or what again is actually, because another thing I've noticed is that when you ask this question, especially to people that know that okay, these people want to know the answer to this question, many times you will know fraudsters, or you'll be able to, you understand, how would I say it, how would I put it, you'll be able to use this kind of question again to know those that are really saying the truth and those that are just in for your money. But most times, again, the funny thing is, clients asking these questions many a times, some of them want to be lied to. That's another thing. Some of them they value lies. If there's anything like that, they value okay. That was Joby. You said good day, boss. Good day, sir. How you doing? How's everything on that's Dauda Ogunjobi on Instagram. So that being said, let's really now explain. Okay, man like Ayo, thank you very much for liking the live on TikTok. Really do appreciate. Now, based on what I said now, the question, how long will it take to get my visa? It's a genuine question. You should ask that kind of question. Or if you don't even ask, you should know and expect some types of processing times. Do you understand? When it comes to immigration, when it comes to you getting visas in Canada, in the US, at least you should know the. And most times I do tell people, don't just go by what you see, you understand, or you hear from people. Oh, you just met someone today and you just ask, okay, study permit. People say that they are doing study permits now. That study don't jabu, study is what is working now, and people are going to, you understand, Canada to study, and the person told you that it's just 4 months that it took to get his own done. The fact that that person took 4 months to get his own done does not mean that it will take you to the same amount of time to actually get your own done. I don't know, maybe I'm making sense. Yours can be longer, yours can be shorter, but again, the immigration website Canada immigration website, they are the ones that would, if you are coming to Canada, of course, they are the ones that will be able to give you a kind of timing that you should abide by or you should focus on. Do you understand? They are the ones. Okay, on Facebook, someone is asking, Abdulakim Suleiman is asking, good evening, sir. How I feel get sponsor visa? I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't understand that question. So maybe you should ask it again. I don't know what cause for some visa. I don't know. So I just have to. We are on live, and I need to be careful on the kind of things I also respond to. So I don't know what the cause for some visa. Okay, that being said, let's now move on to what we are for today. How long will it take to get my Canada visa? Firstly, when people ask me this kind of questions, Canada visa. Do you understand? When they ask me this kind of questions, I'm always wanting to show them because me, I believe in something. I believe in showing people than telling people. Do you understand? Because if I show you, me myself, I will have a basis that yes, I didn't just tell you this thing, I didn't just mention this thing. I went on the website and I showed you what Canada itself, through the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, what they actually said on their website. Do you understand? Okay, before I talk about it, I think Abdul Akim Suleiman is still asking, please, sir, I get sponsorship. Oh, you have sponsorship. Congratulations. That's nice. I don't know. That's nice for you to have gotten sponsorship. Congratulations on that. Now let's move on. Again, how will I how long will it take to get Canada visa? Just like I was saying, I said I like to show people. I don't like to tell people. Do you understand how long it will take? And today, for the purpose of this conversation as well, I want to see if I can actually show you instead of tell you how long it's going to take to actually get your own Canada visa, depending on what you're actually applying to. Because many people are applying to various programs. Many people would always want to come to Canada and apply for either study permit, work permit, visitor visa, or permanent residence. Some people even refugee claims, you understand, is what they actually apply to. So I'll go on the Canadian immigration website. Let me see if I can actually present it to you here so that those that are on this live session will be able to actually see it by themselves and perhaps also see that these are what Canada immigration website says on their website. Now, one thing I want to also make you note is that it is not always the same. The timings, the processing timings that Canada immigration processing takes is not always this. Like this year now, this particular time, this is September, right? We're in September, early September. A processing time this early September might be different from the processing time in October. It can be different from the processing time in August. It's not always the same. Do you understand? I know about Canada, so I cannot really talk about other countries. Do you understand? But what I'm saying is that okay, I'm getting some echoes. Is that it is not always the same. Do you understand? It is not always. Sometimes, if you started your own application maybe last month, August, and another person started his or her own application this September, do you understand? That person that started his own application this September may have a different processing time than you that started last month. We have had situations of people actually submitting their application maybe like this month, and you submitted your application last month, and that person that submitted this month will get his own visa before you that submitted last month. Do you understand? So it is not that, oh, maybe I first submitted my own application, then I should be the one that would actually get that no, it doesn't work that way. Do you understand? It doesn't work that way. Do you get? Okay, again, we have Mr. Abdulhakim Suleiman asking, please, sir, can I get sponsorship visa to Canada? Oh, okay. You were the one asking the question. Okay. You can get sponsorship visa to Canada if you actually get a job. Do you understand? People that get sponsorship, they get it on 2 to 3 bases. One, if you have a job that you got a job offer from a Canadian employer, and that Canadian employer wants to sponsor you to Canada, yes, you can get job sponsorship through that way. Even though sometimes I always tell people that is one way they use to traffic people. Human trafficking is real. And we don't do human trafficking. We don't do just sponsorship. Me, I'm not an employer, you understand, in Canada that can employ people outside of Canada. I'm not also a, what they call it, a licensed, how will I call it now, a licensed recruiter. So I cannot recruit people, you understand, legally. There are companies in Canada that give sponsorships, though it's not easy to get sponsorships. It's not easy. Another way you can get sponsorship is through your family. So if you have a family member in Canada, maybe like your father, your mother, your sibling, they can actually assist you to sponsor you to Canada. So you can always go through any of those routes to work on it. Now, that being said, let's move on with the conversation for today. We were talking about how you can what? How you can get into Canada and how long it does take. Yes, how long does it take for you to get into Canada? Let's now put on, okay, oh, great. This is a particular question, that how long will it take to get my Canada visa? Just like I put it on on the live session, I've also put it on Google like that. How long will it take to get my Canada visa? Let's look at it. What does Google? Because sometimes people ask questions, and these are questions you yourself too can get responses to. It's good that you're asking the questions from someone that know, you understand more about it. But as well, sometimes googling would also give you some accurate answers. So if the person that you're not asking from is not telling you something different from what you see on Google or what you see on, because of course Google is not even the official website, so don't really focus more on Google. We are still going to go on the Canadian immigration website, which is what I said initially. We'll go on the Canadian immigration website, but starting from Google, everybody knows Google, so that's why I wanted to start from Google. Don't just let me go on the Canadian immigration website and people will be wondering, how did I get there? So I wanted to start from Google, so that, because I know everybody knows Google, right? So let's move on. We said that from our conversation, from this, that, oh, let me go back home. How long will it take to get my Canada visa? Canada visa processing times vary significantly by visa type. Now look at that. Canada visa processing time, it varies significantly by visa type. The kind of visa you want will determine the kind of what processing time you have to wait to actually get things done. And it is based on the applicant's country of residence. If you are in Nigeria, your own processing time will be different from someone that is in Cameroon. It is going to be different from someone that is in Niger Republic. It will be different from someone that is in India, different from someone that is in Australia. It is not the same. But so if you have a friend, for instance, that is a Ghanaian, and you that you are in Nigeria, and you say, okay, me too, I submitted a visitor application, when me too submitted, he got his own visa, me have not got. You can't be using another person's what? Another person's residency to actually equate your own. Your own will be different. Abdulhakim Suleiman again is asking, please, can I get your WhatsApp number? We have said this times without number on our live sessions. We don't give people our WhatsApp number. The best way is to book a clarity call. If you want to book a clarity call, go on our link, or on our bio rather. Go on our bio, click the link on our bio and book the clarity call on our website. That is the way you can actually get to contact us. And you're also asking, I love do farmers jobs in Canada. Okay, that's good. If you get a farmer job, you can do that as well. Congratulations. Good luck with that rather. Now, for example, they said visitor visa can take weeks to months. Study permit around 1 to 2 weeks to several months. Work permit typically 6 to 12 months. But now they said this is what I really want us to focus on. To get an accurate estimate, you should visit or you should check the official Canada.ca website for the most up-to-date processing times based on your specific what visa type and nationality. And also based on factors like incomplete application, stricter background checks, or in the need for additional information can also cause delays. Now, some people don't always want to hear delays. When they ask you how long will my visa take, and you give them a timing, it is that timing they will follow. They will say it is that timing that, but it is this same you that don't have incomplete documentation. It is still the same you that your background check, or maybe you say you have criminal record, and those things take time to access. IRCC will not. Okay, authentic, thank you for liking our live session on TikTok. IRCC will, you can't rush them. You understand? You can't rush some people, and they have not even gotten the complete documentation, and they're already looking for processing time. They're already saying, Shebi, before I started, you told me this is particular time. It's not me that told. It is what we showed. You understand? That's why I said we like showing people. You will see for yourself how long it will take. Now we have talked about Google. You have seen Google. Let's now go to the official Canadian immigration website. This is something everybody has access to. You can also go on the immigration website and see these things yourself. Do you understand? Now, Canada, they say check processing times at IRCC. Let's click on the processing times at IRCC. Every time when people ask me this question, I take them to this website because this is the official website of Canada. Anybody that is telling you any other thing is just whining you. The person is whining you. So, select an application. Let's select temporary residency to start with. Which type of temporary residency? For the purpose of this conversation, let's say visitor visa. I'm still going to take each of them one by one. Visitor visa from outside Canada. Anybody that is asking me this question right after today, is this video I'll be sending to them. If you cannot watch the video, it's you that I know. But is this video I'll be sending to them, so that you check it yourself. How long will your Canadian visa take? Do you understand? Now, visitor visa, I click on Nigeria because it's Nigeria that me I know. It's Nigeria that's my country. If you want to check other countries, just click on where are you applying from, and it will show you a list of countries, and you can just click on it. Do you understand? Now, get processing time. Now, currently, visitor visa from outside Canada as of September 3rd, 2025. You know, I told you, they said they update this thing. It is updated weekly. So what I say this week may change from what it is prevalent next week. And that's why I don't take chances to just respond to people without telling them you to see it for yourself. You understand? If you see it for yourself, you can't blame anybody. Do you understand? Now, processing time, Nigeria, it takes 32 days. Visit visa right now from Nigeria takes 32 days because it was last updated September 3, 2025. Let's assume September 10 comes, or 11, September 11. These timings, these days may change because they say they update it weekly. They say, how do we calculate the processing time? They say, okay, look at it. They say, don't send a new application. The longer you have been waiting, the closer you are to what? To the finish or to the front line. We will contact you if you will need more information. You don't need to do anything else. Some people, in a bid of saying, someone reached out, someone had a clarity call with me, and she said she wants to come to Canada. She wants to relocate her and her family to Canada, and she's pregnant, and her due date is February 2025. And this is someone that doesn't have documentations already. This is someone that has not actually sent in an expression of interest proof because, of course, she wanted to first do permanent residence. This is someone that she doesn't have any profile created already. This is someone that she hasn't done anything on it. I say, see, you can't rush Canada. What were you doing before you collect pregnancy? Well, that's something on the side. I'm not talking about that one. But what I'm saying is, you have to be realistic. If you are not realistic with your, you understand, with what you want, that's how many people get scammed every day because they'll go and tell one scrupulous travel agent, and that one just say, ah, no problem, no problem, because he just wants to collect money from you. There are many people that have been on my DMs months, years, and I don't even take them serious because you yourself you are not serious. You want magic. You understand? And me, I cannot give you magic. Do you understand? Our immigration consultant can't do magic for you. There are some people I even refer to our immigration consultant and he will tell me that these people are not realistic. These people, be vetting the kind of people you refer to me first. You understand? It's not everybody that I can be referring to him, and that's why I too have to do my due diligence before I actually send him any referrals. Do you understand? So the processing time tells you how long it took IRCC to process the most complete. Now look at the word oh, they say the most complete applications in the past. Many of the application people are submitting are not complete. There are some people that will submit visitor visa. I have had situations people submit visitor visa 2 years they did not get response because your application is not complete. Sometimes it may even be complete but there's backlog. That's another thing. They said it does not include the time it takes to send an application between the visa application center and our office because there's difference. And it doesn't take the time you need to give your biometrics. Just of late, I think late last month, our consultant also assisted one of our clients to work on visitor visa. Do you understand? And this person, we say go and do biometrics. She didn't do biometrics throughout August. She just did biometrics September. No problem. We not say you cannot do. Go on. But don't expect that that amount of time that they said that your visitor visa will take will now submit or would you will now start calculating it from the time you submitted the full an application. No, because the time they required you to go and do biometrics, you didn't go and do it fast. So you can't start counting the timings until when you go and do the biometrics and when the biometrics have been submitted to IRCC. I don't know if I'm making sense. These are what they see on their website. Any other thing people are telling you is bobo. Now, your processing time, as I said, starts the day IRCC receives your complete application and it ends the day when they make a decision. When will they receive a complete application? It is not when you even submitted. Some people do not understand. It's not when you submitted a partial application. What is a partial application? Application that has not gotten biometrics from what they said there. You have not submitted biometrics, it's still not complete. They want a complete application. You understand? They say it may vary. The processing time may vary depending on how many applications IRCC gets or if your application is complex. Some people don't understand that one. You are coming into Canada that you are a single person, or you that you have a friend that is coming to Canada as a single person. You now submitted your own application, but your own application, you, your husband, and 7 children are coming. And you want to be equating the processing time IRCC will take to process your own application together with the processing time it will take IRCC to process just one applicant. Eh? Are you okay at all? 9 family members coming into Canada. Say they will not need time to look into each and everyone's application. You understand? So try to be realistic. Try to be authentic at one. Thank you for following the life creator. Really appreciate your you understand? Be realistic. Be what? Be realistic. Let's go back. We just did visitor visa, right? Let's now do work permit or study permit. Study permit. Visitor visa was the first. We said 32 days for visitor visa. Let's click on study permit from outside Canada. And let's still use Nigeria. Sorry for okay, let me use Ghana because we have some Ghanaian clients as well. Let me use Ghana for this one. So study permit from outside Canada for Ghanaians. They say right now, study permit outside Canada, the processing time for Ghanaians is 11 weeks, close to 3 months. 11 weeks. Do you understand? And of course, all the reasons that we listed before also applies. Now let's now look. I told you processing times vary based on countries, right? Now we have checked Ghana. Ghana's processing time as of September 3rd, 2025. The processing time for study permit is the 11 weeks. Let's now look at Nigeria as well. Different countries, but still in Africa. Let's now look at Nigeria. You see? From Ghana, study permit will take 11 weeks as of September 3rd, 2025. But that same study permit outside Canada, especially in Nigeria, will take just 8 weeks. That is 2 months. 8 weeks. I don't know if you understand me. It will take only 8 weeks for Nigerians on an average to get what? To get their study permit processed. Do you understand? So you that you have a Nigerian friend, your Nigerian friend applied for school July, he got his own response around, you understand, um maybe August ending or early September. But you that are now in Ghana, you are now looking at, how will you get response? Me, I have not gotten response. You are whining yourself. Do you understand? Because you are different. The country is different. Why is there difference in the country? Just like they stated on Google, it may be that they are not able to access all the information they need quickly, IRCC, all the information they need from your own country. It may be that, okay, the time it takes your file, your document, your application to get to IRCC from your country, even though it's online, yes, it's online, but they have visa application centers and IRCC has its own offices. So it may take them time to process it on visa application center, more time than it will take, more time from maybe Ghanaian visa application center than it will take it from, you understand, visa application center of Nigeria. Do you understand? So different processing times are dependent on the locations that those applications are also coming from. Now that is number two, that is study permits. Let's now look again. Mind you, for those that are just joining, we are checking visa application timings, visa processing times rather. Visa processing time, how long it does take your visa to come out or to be processed, because sometimes it will not even come out even with the processing time. So let's say work permit from outside Canada, like the person that is saying he wants sponsorship. If he has a job offer, if let's assume that he has a job offer, he has gotten a job offer, he has started his application, they say from Nigeria, work permit outside Canada will take 11 weeks as of dated September. Now we also have some clients that are from Benin, from Benin. So let's check Benin or Benin. Now look at it, 11 weeks from Nigeria for work permit, but from Benin it will take what, 8 weeks. From Benin, the Republic of Benin, it will take 8 weeks. So if you look at it, you see that there's difference. When it came to study permit, Nigerians were faster in getting their visa processed than Ghanaians. But when it came to work permit, the Beninese were faster in getting their own work permit approved than those that are in what, Nigeria. So those are the specifics. Imagine you are now talking to me, asking me how long does it take for me to get my visa. I'm here because I don't wanted to just tell you rubbish. Even though I will not tell you rubbish, just like I said, I will show you. You too, you will see it yourself. I don't. So let's just assume a travel agent just tells you rubbish. You say, you visa, work permit, it will take 2 weeks. So you understand? The person is whining you. The person is whining you. So you have to visit the Canadian immigration website to get the what? The accurate timings based on the week that that person asked that question. You understand? Okay, let's now move on to, we have done temporary residence, we have done visiting, we have done studying, we have done working. Let's now look at economic immigration, because every application has its own peculiarities. It has its own peculiarities. Let's now look at economic immigration. Which economic immigration application are we looking at? Let's look at the one that people know, which is express entry. Which kind of express entry? Federal skilled worker express entry. Look at that. You know, there was one time we were talking to some of our clients and we were talking about economic immigration. And I remember that time when I was having the webinar where I was educating people about permanent residency in relation to express entry and provincial nominee programs. I also showed in my webinar that this is how long Canada immigration website stated that it will take. That time it was not even 7 months, as it's right here. That time it was 6 months. But similarly, in that same webinar, I also explained the fact that I myself, that I'm in Canada today, that I'm a permanent resident, that I came through PR, it didn't take me 6 months. I explained in that webinar, just like in all my webinars. I will tell people I started my process in 2018. You understand? Though I didn't get serious for some time, but it took me till 2022, 2022 to actually get selected, and 2023 before I traveled. But some people, once they see this 6 months or this 7 months, is that one they are holding. Because you, and you know the funny thing, many of these people again, they don't have complete applications, they don't have their documentations, all right? They are not even, maybe they may not even be criminals, but they don't even know what it takes, or maybe their own family composition, it is complicated. There are some people that, okay, you say you don't have husband, you say okay, your child has actually traveled. When your child traveled and she's not using your name again, you understand, but you still want to hide that your child, you understand, to your own application. You see complex cases, and you want to be using the processing time of someone that is a regular, is an average immigrant. Your own process or your own application, even by hearing it already, is complicated. It's already complex. So you now want to now be judging the processing time of your friend, that shebi my friend that she's in Nigeria, that she just went with her husband, shebi her the processing time it took her was 6 months. And your friend, her own processing was like the average of other people. Your own is complicated because you have child that you need to go and collect custodianship from, maybe your spouse that you have already divorced or you have already separated from, in order to be able to take the child to Canada. They need to get some court documents to show that you are not trafficking the child. They need to, you understand, different complex situations. But you want to say, shebi what I been hearing online on TikTok is that you see small thing, be whining yourself. Be whining yourself. So express entry based on federal skilled worker program, based on August 6th. Now look at the date too. The first one we were talking about in temporary residence was September 3rd, last updated. This one was updated August 6th. So they said they update this one monthly. So this September 6th, we are expecting a new update. You that now watch A.O.S abroad webinar live, and I say 7 months, and you now come to my DM and you say, shebi you have said it's 7 months that I need to wait for PR. Be whining yourself. Be whining yourself. Because it can change. They say August 6th, 2025, last updated, and it is updated monthly. So it can update again next month. So if you are now saying, shebi you said 7 months before, there are some of our clients like that. So that's why sometimes it's better for us to let some people go. That see, don't even apply, don't even work with us. It's better go and look for the person that will say 7 months today, and it will be 7 months, because it's that person that is working at IRCC. It's that person that will give you visa. It's that person that is Canadian immigration minister. No problem. Be whining yourself. You understand? So express entry skilled worker federal program will take 7 months as of today. But provincial nominee programs, which was the program I used, especially the one that was linked to express entry, look at how much. It's not even long. They say 8 months. I remember when I did my own Ontario immigrant nominee program, it took me 9 months. Is it 9 months? Yes, it took me 9 months, and that was way back 2023. But what I'm trying to say is, these things sometimes it's going to favor you. Okay, we saw 8 months today now. It may be that September 6th, it may be reduced maybe to like 7 months. It may be increased again to like 9 months. Sometimes it is not always absurd that sometimes you can just even come here and just say 13 months. That does not mean that you should not still work on your immigration, because some people say, it has delayed. Look, you are not yet serious, because if you are serious, keep doing what you are doing to become eligible. Keep doing what you are doing to make sure that when IRCC finally have your time, you will be there with the complete application. You will be available to actually get that visa. You will not hear stories. They will not be giving you story because you have waited, you have done your own diligence to be patient enough. Some people are not patient, and that's why they go to UK. But at the end of the day, those people that go to, because we have had some set of people like that. Some people go to UK, they still come back to my DM, start complaining that when I don't have skinny, I shall went to UK. Now I want to come to Canada. UK is not like the way I think it is. We're going to talk wahala. You go there. You understand? So economic immigration is what we know as permanent residency. Do you understand? And permanent residency. And lastly, let me just put one more. Family sponsorship is another one, especially the one that this man was talking about. That I say he's looking for sponsorship. Oh, okay. He finally said that he was looking for work sponsorship. That is work permit. But someone that is looking for sponsorship based on family, maybe you have a spouse living inside Canada, you understand, and that person is outside Quebec, maybe Ontario. The person can sponsor you. How long will a spouse sponsor? How long will it take for a spouse to sponsor you? From what they said here, sponsorship by spouses or common law partners will take 36 months. 36 what? 36 months. How many years is that? That is 3 years. That's 3 years. So if you are not the kind of person that have to that can be patient enough, sponsorship will humble you. You understand? Sponsorship what? It will humble you. Okay, I have a question from Abdulhakim Suleiman. Okay, he's asking, bro, I'm following you every time. Please, I need to talk to you. I don't know how I feel booking about Nwaba. Brother, perhaps maybe you should send a DM. Once you send a DM, you get a link to go and book a consultation with me. You understand? To go book, no, we don't call it, we call it clarity call. It's a free 5 minutes clarity call. So go and book, and perhaps maybe when we are talking one on one, you understand, on phone, I'll be able to know many of the things you are saying because I can't really get some of the things you are saying. So book, that's the way you can actually reach out to us. So what am I saying? Sponsorship takes more time. You see, 36 months. Now, someone that has started sponsorship way back before you, and you now come, you're now hoping you will get it faster. You can be opportune to even get it faster. It's not even Kenyo. But what I'm trying to say is understand the processing time so that one person will not come and be whining you. Another application is refugee. Which kind of refugee? There's government assisted refugee, there's privately sponsored refugee. There are quite a lot, but let's talk about the government assisted refugee from Nigeria. Nigeria. They said the processing time of that one, okay, not enough data. Yes, this one, they don't really always have enough data for it. I don't know why. Let's see, even privately sponsored self. Let's just say Canada. Let's say that person has entered Canada because most of them they will be inside Canada. They say not enough data. Most times, even that not enough data sef, we have had people that have been here. Okay, there's one of our Nigerian sisters that have been here for 2.5 years. She's just going to get an opportunity to go for a hearing. You understand? Is it this month or next month? Refugee takes time. You that are coming to Canada and you say, okay, I want to apply for refugee. We not say you should not apply. We can, if you have a genuine story, you can't say you should not apply. But the idea is know the timing. Some people, even this one that we are saying, 2.5 years, some of them may not be lucky to get it within 2.5 years. To get the hearing, I not say the person has even gotten approval. To get the hearing, like to go to the court and to back up your case. That yes, so my life is threatened, or yes, so they want to kill me in my country, or yes, so na japa oh, and I don't want them to unalive me. Oh. You understand? Those kind of things. You have to say your story. You understand? You have to talk your story. So refugee takes time, basically. You can do it. It's not that you cannot do it if you have a good story. Me, I did not have a good story. I mean, I don't want to go and Kawasaki. That's why I do PR. But you don't want to Kawasaki, no problem. You can. Now, humanitarian and compassionate cases is another application people used to come in or to stay in Canada. If you are trying to do it from outside Quebec, you understand? This one, they say humanitarian and compassionate ground outside Quebec to take 25 months. They updated this on September 3rd, 2025, and they said it's on a weekly basis. They update it on a weekly basis. So you can come in and in another week and it's going to be different. You can come in another week. See, Mr. If you want to reach out, I've set this thing time to that number. We don't have time to be looking at someone WhatsApp number online. Keep it, it's your private. You can't be sharing your WhatsApp number online. We don't know who is watching. Your WhatsApp number is going to be private, and we cannot have time to be calling anybody. If you want to talk to us, book a clarity call. It's as simple as that. Book a clarity call through our DM. There's an automated message that would always be sent, or our virtual assistant would respond to you. Go on the link that was shared and book a consultation session, or again a clarity call, because some people cannot book a consultation. So book a 5 minutes free clarity call. If you don't book, you are not going to be contacted. It is only when you book and you show up for the call that's when you'll be reached. Because many people again, let me just even leave that one. Okay, so lastly, the last type of application, okay, I think that's all for those that are working on their applications outside Canada, I think, or that have not gotten their PR status already. That is it. So I hope with all this, we have been able to talk extensively on processing times for various types of visas. Do you understand? If you want to get the most accurate processing timings as of any particular day, whether today, tomorrow, or next, go on the immigration website yourself. Okay, you cannot go, you don't know how to do it, you don't Google with your friend. Any website that you see canada.ca, that's why we have shared you the link on the, if you see canada.ca website, do you understand? As it is showing on your screen, Canada.co is means that it is from the official what? Official website of Canada. And it is only that website that can show you tentatively or accurately rather the exact timings you need to wait to actually get your what? To get your visas. Any visa you want. I've showed you visitor visa, I've showed you study permit, I've showed you work permit, I've showed you permanent residence, I even showed you refugee, the one that has data and the one that does not have data, humanitarian and compassionate cases, the one that have data. So if you want to know the processing time, go by yourself. Okay, you cannot go by yourself. Let someone show you. You understand? But don't be whining yourself and be expecting lie from someone, because there are some people out, they will be telling them agents scam them, agents scam. At the end of the day, when listen to some cases of people, I say agent did not scam you, it's you that scam yourself. Yes, it's you that scam yourself, because simple instruction they no follow and they say agent scam them. It's you that scam yourself. Oh. Look at another one. This is another form of refugee. This is what we know as protected persons and convention refugees in Canada. So I wanted to really show that of refugee. Outside Quebec, anybody that is staying outside, some people will wonder, why am I putting outside Quebec? Because inside Quebec is another case entirely. And I will show you. Let me even show you that one. Outside Quebec, when we are coming to places like Ontario, like Manitoba, like Alberta, and places like that, they say 29 months. 29 what? Months. And the truth is in fact, it is true. Shebi I told you about the sister now that the time when we landed in Canada, around that time was when she landed in Canada. And they are just having a hearing this Ember month. And she has been in Canada for above 2 years. So for more than 2 years. So 29 months is quite accurate. But again, if someone if you go and talk to travel agent and say refugee lọ́wọ́ kan ni you know there are some Yoruba or there are some pidgin that dey say once you just get there just count okay they just give you as if it is you that is you that You that create immigration ministry in Canada. Now you they follow come. You understand? It takes time. This thing is processing. There's bureaucracy behind it. So it takes time. They have to follow due diligence. They have to check through your application. They have to see if your story is legit. They have to do some background checks. They have to do a lot of things. You understand? So 29 months, if you are willing to wait till 29 months, some people say, 29 months, ó ti pẹ́ jù. It's too late. I say, okay, well done. You never know. You go soon know. But some people say, even during their processing, just like refugee, yes, during your processing, if you are qualified, they will give you work permit for you to start working. That does not mean you are still yet in Canada legally, fully or permanently. It doesn't mean you can get work permit, work for a year or two, and later on they will still tell you that you should go back. We have had people that bought houses in Canada with refugee. They bought houses, asylum seekers that, in fact, when I first came to Canada and I saw those set of people, I was, all this one I've said to, nothing else, nothing. Big boys and girls in Canada. When Canada starts with them, I say, okay, yes, their story was fabricated, it was wrong. They were lying, they were not genuine, they were this, and they deport them. Even with the house, yes, some people want with the house, yes, they told them to go and sell their house. Or if you not sell it, shall move. You understand? People that had children in schools already that were doing well, that one of them was like citizen already, citizen of Canada that they gave birth to in Canada. They say, don't worry, citizen can always come back to Canada later on. But you that you lied, you that your case was not genuine, come out, they deport her back to Africa, to Nigeria. So you have to be very careful. We will not say you should not do a refugee. I'm not a lawyer, so I cannot even advise you. But knowledge is what we are all about. Know what you need to know, so that when it happens to you, you will not be like the set of other people that will say, they did not tell me, I did not know. You are knowing now. You are knowing. So processing time is what we say you should know now. Processing time is what we say you should know, so that you are well informed. You know what you need to know, and you will not be caught off guard when it now show you that, okay, the one that the agent tell you before is fabu. You understand? Okay. So now, outside Quebec is what we have been looking at. Let's look at inside Quebec. The processing time inside Quebec. That one, I see that one is baba barrier. That is like the big fish. See the one we saw for refugee, 29 months, 2 years and some months. But inside Quebec, the province, the French province of Canada, 45 months. you go. That's like 3 years and close to 4 years. Close to 4 years. Just like 3 months less than 4 years. Do you understand? So that one takes more time. Anything inside Quebec, because they have their own way that they run on their own applications, their own processings. So it takes longer in Quebec than in other, you understand, provinces. All right, I hope I've been able to show a lot as regards processing timings in Canada, as it relates to visits, as it relates to visas. If you have any other questions, put it on the comment section before we go. Let us learn from what you learned. If you have any clarifications you want to ask, kindly ask right now. One thing about Canada is that you can be able to, when I was in Nigeria and I wanted to come into Canada as a permanent resident, I looked through all what was available. I looked through the programs, I looked through the processing. This particular website I'm showing you, I looked through it. So it is not an information that is patented to only people that are in Canada. If you are in any other country, Google is your friend. The Canadian website is you can visit the website and see the accurate timings yourself. You don't need anybody to be telling you something or lying to you. Even though sometimes I've noticed that people like to be lied to. Yes, people like to be lied to. They don't, even as I am saying it now, some people say, I lie. So imagine, I'm showing you official website. How true can it be again? How true can it be again, apart from this? Do you understand? But some people will not hear. I've showed you how to go on the website. Gone on Google, I've typed it there. You too, you can type it there. Go on the link on Google. You understand? It's either you don't, it's either you doubt Google or you doubt the Canadian website, or you, I don't even know. But if you want the accurate information and you really want to be realistic in your expectations, because that is it. Many a times we have had a falling out with some clients when they are not realistic with their expectations. They are not realistic. They think it was easy. And sometimes even the friends that they are saying that told them this, the friends will not tell them the full details. Oh. The friends will not tell them all the things they pass through. Oh. But because they feel that the way it worked for my friend, it has to work for me that way. So we have had some falling out with some people. And there's one man that still reached out to me yesterday, and he was still thanking me about his immigration and stuff. And he was saying how when I was in Nigeria, he first thought maybe the immigration I was working on was just fabu, was just, you understand. But until I landed in Canada before he was able to believe that truly this person is actually working on his own permanent residence. And when I came into Canada and I was telling him about the processing times of PR, how long it takes and everything, he still didn't really understand. He didn't believe it until when his own wife now came into Canada as a student. He said, all this PR, they are saying it's a lie, Jare, is this Jare? Say, okay, no problem. He himself, through his wife and the family of the wife, they started working on the study permits. They got, after fourth attempt though, they got the study permit after constant rejection. He didn't tell me until they approve him, until they approve the wife. That okay, after the fourth attempt, he showed me how they rejected several years. I say, when you try, you got me self, I could have been discouraged. So to cut the long story short, the wife came in under study permit route, but she did the first year. The first year program she did was fast expiring, and she has not gotten PR, because some people always think if you come to Canada and study like this, it's guaranteed you get PR. It's not guaranteed. It's not. It's not guaranteed though. If you're not actively working towards your permanent resident, you won't get shingbai. It's after you collect the paper certificates, they'll tell you, okay, go, bye bye. Be going back to where you came from. You understand? So she did the first program, the first year program. She just did 1 year because people were trying to save up now. But when she saw that our time is going and they're already telling them that they have to leave, she could be gonna apply for that course again. All the money they were meant to spend on PR, which they will not even spend half of it sef. They will not even spend half of the money for study. You can never spend half of the money for study permit for PR. I don't know, I don't want to know how expensive that course is. I mean, how cheap, not expensive, how cheap that course is. You still can, most of the courses you still can spend half of that tuition fee, half of that living expenses, half of all those things you need in school. You won't spend half of that money for PR. Do you understand? But again, let's just leave that side. It was when they came in and they saw the toggle of war, when they saw how it was not all that rosy to get PR with the timelines they were seeing online, they got to understand that yes, this thing, it takes more. And that's why I was calling to appreciate that now the wife just got PNP. Do you understand? After all said and done, the wife just got a provincial nominee program letter, and now they are working to actually get the PR. The husband and the children are still back at home in Nigeria. Oh. They are waiting on the wife to actually get the nomination. And nomination takes more time again. It takes time to get it processed, get it approved, get the letter and everything before she now goes back into the express entry pool and gets the ITA, the invitation to, just like the way we two did it that time. So please, in short, what we are trying to say is, if you want the most accurate processing timings, go on the express entry, go on the Canadian immigration website, check it yourself. Or if someone is telling you, oh, this is how long it will take, this is how long it will take, go and verify. Do your own background check. Like, the information is out there. They are not holding it. You understand? But if you are telling me how long will it take, and I tell you, okay, this is it, let me show you. Some people don't even want me to show you. You are not serious. Some people, when you show them, they say, but maybe this person, you are still not yet serious. You are not whining yourself. That is one way we use and know immigration clients that are just whining themselves, that are not serious. You understand? They are just thinking it takes, and that's why I tell people, like the one that reached out to me that said, she's pregnant already. She's pregnant already. She wants to relocate with her family to Canada. Her due date is February 2026. I said, see, if you want to some people, you use some words. Some people just think it's buzzword. They don't understand the process. If you want to come into Canada, yes, you can come, but go through visitor visa and do tourism, birth tourism. Because Canada, thank God, they still allow birth tourism. It's not like US that they said now, if your sole purpose is for you to come and give birth in the US, they will not grant you visa. Thank God, Canada is still allowing birth tourism. Yes, some of my family members did that. They came into Canada, gave birth, and after they gave birth, they went back to their own country when they are not yet ready to do PR. If you are ready to do PR, you can first come into Canada through birth tourism. Come and give birth, give the child the opportunity, even though you have to pay you have to pay hospital bill. An hospital bill at least 10,000 Canadian dollars. At least that is what those hospitals are collecting now. You are not going to be like us, permanent residents that got all expense paid childbirth plus extra. We didn't just get expense paid childbirth, we got extra. What is the extra? Even every month, the government is still even giving the child money in the million. You understand? In the million of naira, not million of dollars. So some people will not come and attack me. That's what are you saying? You understand? You can get hundreds of dollars, which of course will be million of naira that you're using and take care of your child, because the child is a Canadian, and not only Canadian, because of your virtue or as a permanent resident, for you to take care of the child, they'll be supporting you every month. Do you understand? But if you come as a tourist, you don't get that advantage, you don't get that benefit. But again, if you are in a hurry that okay, you want to give birth in Canada, you can do the visit visa, come into Canada through the birth tourism. Do you understand? If, for example, they give you your visit visa, we have seen visit visa and they said visit visa 32 days. You understand? Some few days. So that one, even if you have incomplete application, even if you have, you understand, from now September, because that person that came that spoke to me, she just reached out to me this September. He said her due date is February 2026. So if you look at the September, October, November, December, January, February, she has 6 months. So within 6 months, if she even do the first visit visa, because she didn't reach out to me again, maybe the truth was not the truth was too cold to accept. But if at least she do the visit visa herself, if she gets approved, she can plan towards it. If she doesn't get approved the first time, she can, you understand, reapply basically 2 3 times, and know that within still that 6 months she's able to get, you understand, the visit visa and come into Canada to give birth. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So know the stats. Don't say you want to come into Canada as a permanent resident and you don't even have documentation now. You have not even submitted anything. Biometrics have not been done, nothing has been done, and you still want to come into Canada, you understand, within 6 months. Don't whine yourself. You understand? So with that, thank you very much everyone for joining. Really do appreciate. I would actually have to go now. Bye for now. So if you have any questions, even after this live session, just send us a DM. Do you understand? Um, Reach out to us. Click on the link in the bio. Do you understand? Click on the link, and as I said, our virtual assistant or the AI would respond to you, and you can be able to book a clarity call, a 5 minutes clarity call with us. Do you understand? Where we are going to talk about your own particular scenario, or again, go on our website aos.nin.ng to learn about how we can assist you towards your immigration, together with our immigration partners. And for those who know, we assist people mainly with the documentations aspect of it, the language learning, exam preparation, the career development. We assist with business launches. Yes, because some people are still in Nigeria, but they already have Canadian businesses that they are already using to make money in Canada, make money in abroad, in other countries as well, in the US, in the UK. It's quite possible. You can still be in Nigeria and still be making money, you understand, from other countries. because the world has gone global. The world is digital. It's not compulsory you're even here physically yet to actually start making money. So if you want us to work on it, work with you through any of those, you can just send a DM. Do you understand? Reach out to us, and don't forget, for those who don't even have the funding to work on their relocation, you understand? Don't forget the A.O.S Global Travel Grant, where those that qualify, those that win, will have access to 2,000 Canadian dollars. You understand, for free. Either they use it towards their immigration as an immigration credit, or either they get the cash to actually work on. So if you want to apply for that, again, go on our bio, click on the link on our bio, and you'll get email responses that will show you how exactly to go through. You understand that, how to apply for the grant, how to get the grant, and make sure everything you are doing, you are more informed about the processing times again for Canada visa, so that you're not caught off guard when some things take more time than what you expected. All right. Thank you very much once again, and I do hope you have a lovely day ahead. Bye for now, everyone. Au revoir.